Horns up and welcome to Headbanger's Kitchen Keto Essentials. Yep, this is a new series where I'm going to make a couple of items that are essential on keto and that we can use in other recipes. So we're going to make some almond flour today, and that's because almond flour is a really essential keto item, because you can make almond flour bread, you can make pancakes, you can make cakes and a lot more things. And almond flour in India at least is really expensive, so it makes a whole lot of sense to do it yourself at home. But before we make our almond flour, just a little reminder, we are on Patreon and you can click either here or here, I can't remember where now, and support Headbanger's Kitchen if you don't mind paying like $1 for an episode and stuff like that, and you get rewards in return. So click and support us if you like what we do. Otherwise, let's go and make that almond flour. Now to make our almond flour, we're going to use whole almonds with the skin, because obviously it's cheaper to buy that than to buy blanched and peeled almonds. So here's how you blanch and peel your almonds. Take your almonds in a bowl and pour some boiling water and let it sit for about a minute. This will basically loosen up the skins and make it much easier to shell the almonds. Now I left it for a minute, but I would recommend leaving it for maybe a little bit longer. Alternatively, you can blanch the almonds for about 30 seconds in boiling water, which is better. But you know what, it was easier for me to shoot it like this, so I've done this instead. The next thing you want to do is strain the almonds from the water, and it's time to peel them. Now you don't want the almonds to sit for too long in the water, or you don't want to blanch them for too long, because you don't want to cook the almonds. You just want to loosen the skin so that you can peel them. Now it's time to peel the almonds. Now halfway through the peeling, I have found an easier way to peel them. All you do is catch the fat end of the almond and squeeze, and the almond just pops right out of the skin. That's easy. So once you're done peeling the almonds, we're going to dry it on some paper towels. Once that's done, I would ideally recommend leaving this overnight or under a fan or in the sun for a little while, just so that it dries out even further. I've even seen people put it in the oven at 100 degrees for like 20 to 30 minutes just to really dry it out. But I wouldn't recommend that. I'd say just leave it to air dry for a bit. Now I'm using one of these NutriBullet things, so I'm going to use the grinder attachment. If you have a food processor, you can even do this in that. And then we're going to just blitz the almonds till they become a nice fine powder. Obviously you don't want to blitz it too much, just pulse it gently, because otherwise you'll get almond butter. And there you have it. That's your almond meal actually, which can be used in all your recipes. Now suppose you need a much finer grain of flour if you're making something like macarons or something like that. Then what you can do is just sift it in a sieve, and you will get a much finer almond flour. And of course, whatever doesn't go through the sieve, you put back in the blender and you blend it. And that's it. That's our almond flour ready to use. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please give the video a thumbs up, like it, subscribe to our channel, share the video on Facebook and other social media, and tell me, what do you think we should make with this almond flour? I'm thinking I'll do a keto bread recipe. If you have any other brilliant ideas, share them with me in the comments below. And I'll see you on the next episode of Headbanger's Kitchen. Cheers and keep cooking. Amazing.